What?
Welcome to this special episode of So You Want to Sell on eBay. I'm Ron LeBeau.
And I'm Ali Young.
Hey, everyone. We have with us today John Lawson. John, how are you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good. What's up, guys?
Love it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm doing good here in St. Louis, man. Well, the snow's coming here, but how you doing, Ali?
I'm just looking at that wise green Yoda behind John's shoulder there. I am doing awesome. Look at that wise dude.
That's right. That's right. So John is the go-to authority when it comes to online selling success in the digital age. Not only is he the brains behind the best-selling digital marketing book on Amazon, Kick-Ass Social Commerce for Epreneurs, but he is also a multiple award-winning social commerce strategist, uber successful digital entrepreneur, and a sought-after speaker who has traveled to 5 continents, touring more than 24 countries and addressing tens of thousands of business leaders and entrepreneurs. Wow.
Bam.
Damn.
Slam dunk.
I'm feeling
Thank you all for
rather
joining today.
less than.
Thank you all for joining today. That was a good episode. No, John, that's awesome, dude. And today's topic really is fitting for everything around you, and it's marketing and social media, right? So when we talk about eBay sellers and things like that, there's a lot of things I think that people just forget all about, right? So they think about their eBay store, they think about, promoting within their eBay store, but there's a lot of marketing and social media that they could be doing to help promote their business, right?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, the one thing you want to think about is, what is your story? What's the story? This social media is not about just advertising. Even if you go and you look at the advertising on the most successful social media advertising, it's about the story. It's telling the story, So you really want to think about what the story is of your business. You want to think about the story maybe behind the product. I know a lot of people sell new product, but there are others that sell used product, and there's a whole story that can go around that. And social media is really great to extend the interaction that you have with your customer or would-be customer by telling them a story and getting them engaged with you, your business, and your products.
So give us an example of that. What would that look like let's just say I bought this antique kettle at an auction or whatever. Are you saying, don't just say I've got this antique kettle, here's the link? Are you saying tell the story behind how that came about, or what are you thinking in that regard?
Look, here's the deal. We are in an age of media, right? The Kardashians are very much like the number one brand on social media, right? So then you look and you say, why is that? These girls have no talent, blah, 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 blah. I hear all this, But the deal is that their talent really is that they tell a story. So by the time you know all about them, once they start posting something and saying, go buy that, you see people lined around the corner to buy it. Why? Because they've let you in on who they are and what the story is behind the brand. So let's say you find this kettle. All right, because I think that's great. But how did you find the kettle? You probably went to the store, you woke up Saturday morning, and you're like, this day we're going to this store, and I happened to be walking down aisle 18, and I looked, and there was nothing there, but I looked down low behind this, vase, and I found this kettle. And oh my God, this is the coolest kettle. You know what I love about this kettle? I don't have a kettle, but here's what I love. I found this remote. This is the coolest remote ever. What I really love about this remote specifically is it's got this info button right here. I've never seen a remote with an info button. I am telling you a story. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you in. There is all kind of ways for you to use social to tell a story about a product. Why do you think QVC exists still? You would think of all media, in my opinion, I would have thought QVC would be crying the blues about Amazon.
Sure.
You don't hear stories about QVC talking about Amazon taking our business. No. Why? Because people are engaged with them and they talk about the product. You can do that with a YouTube video. You can do that with an Instagram 1-minute video. You can do that on Facebook. I don't know why people want to just sit there and press the tweet button or the Facebook button and get the standard thing that flows through, their timeline that nobody pays attention to. It's so ridiculous. I saw a lady, man. There's a lady. I don't know if she's still doing this, but what she does on Facebook is absolutely freaking amazing. She sits there and opens oysters. People buy the oyster. She opens the oyster, and if there's something in there, that becomes your thing. And she's going over and over and over. I'm like, who is watching this shit? Somebody's watching it. She's making lots of money doing that for the hour, 2 hours that she does it on. I just happened to go past it. I was like, what? What the hell am I watching?
Come on, you're a subscriber.
Yeah, you're a VIP as well.
Yeah. I watched for a long time because I really wanted to tease apart what the model is here. And wow, people are just fascinated. She's engaging, and it's just, wow, why don't more people have their own miniature QVC? I don't get it.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. In this day and age, like you said, we are a social media, but a lot of people think it's just text, and you open the doors to a lot of value when you talk about with video, right? So a lot of times, you find something. If it's an older item, maybe you grew up and you had this G.I. Joe metal lunchbox when you went to school and stuff, that would be, so awesome because I can relate to that, right? I had that G.I. Joe metal box, and if you got one and you're telling a story behind it, I might buy that. You
might buy that.
But you're also talking about people who are confident. I mean, not everyone's like that. Not everyone can get in front of a camera, has that confidence, knows exactly what this product is. So what about those people? I mean, how do they use this same sort of thing if they don't have that level of confidence that you're talking about?
I don't. Well, for one, if a lot of times we usually have either you're going to be good in front of the camera or you're going to be good on paper. Yep. Right? A lot of times. Most people it's one or the other, or you might just have a great voice and you're a little camera shy. So that's 3 different levels, right? Either I'm a good writer, I'm a good voice, or I'm a good camera talent, right? So let's say you have just the writing talent. You're able to write real well. Well, if you're able to write real well,
yeah. But you can't speak.
Spit it out, John. Spit it out.
But, I mean, you might find somebody in your family that would love to do the on-camera stuff. Not saying that you have to do on-camera stuff. Or you might find somebody that can do great voiceover. Or you can go to Fiverr, and there's plenty of people that will go and do that for you for $5. Well, maybe $10 today, right? But you're talking about, especially, I mean, I get it. All I'm really trying to say is if you're going to be on social, then you got to stand out. Today, it's not about just posting your picture, saying, here's the product, here's a short description, and it costs X amount of money. That might work for you. But if something's sitting around for a long time, posting that over and over and over again is not going to make it sell any faster. And I think most people would notice that their social media is not working.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is, we go to conferences and we hear speaker after speaker after speaker say, get out of your comfort zone. So maybe you're not the camera guy right now, but do 30-second video, just to, do a couple 30-second videos until you get comfortable doing it. I mean, honestly, I'm not comfortable doing this, to be honest with you, but we do them and we do them and we do them, and it gets easier and easier. It's not saying I'll ever look good in front of a camera. I'm just saying that, after a while you start to get in that little comfort zone, and next thing you know, you're running the show, you're doing pretty good, and we do that all the time.
Absolutely. I just really, more than anything, I want you to say, hey, here's a different medium. Let's try something different. Let's put it like this. You're not going to blow up your business, all right, by posting something, trying something. Anything you do, you can always erase it.
So are you talking like higher end products though? I got a store. I got 300 products on my store, varying from a pair of shoes that my granny gave me on my first birthday to this nice gold fake Rolex watch that I found in Thailand. But all these products, okay, what am I doing? Am I taking a group, a category of products and doing that? Am I doing it on individual products? What does that look like?
So it depends on the platform, okay? Let's really just lay this out. So here's the deal. On Instagram, you can literally tell the story of a product without ever saying a word, right? So it's the filter, it's the way you position it in the picture, all kind of things, you know, that you can put it in the back of something that's really cool. So yeah, if you're on the platform, you can't do a whole lot. Everything has to kind of be static, sitting on a table, blah blah blah. But I've got a friend that went all around the country on a cruise, and they took products with them and just put it on different places and took the picture.
Awesome.
Right? I mean, just think. I want people to just think outside of the box. You've got eyeballs. You want those eyeballs to be trained on your product. How can you do that? I'm not telling you there's a great way to do it. I want you to find your way of doing it and just use the tools that are available to us that are absolutely free. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a YouTube channel might not be a bad way. And, you know, when the product sells, take that image, take that video down and, you know, create another one. I mean, you know, once you get in the habit
Don't take the video down.
Do what?
Don't take the video down. Just add sold.
Okay. There you go.
Because you're keeping your content, keeping it.
Okay, yeah. That makes good sense. I was testing you, John. You passed. That was my YouTube test, man. You are awesome. No, that's a good point because, like you said, you don't want to take it down because you want to keep adding to your channel, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if it's nothing more than just like you reading off the description, that's still more than the guy next to you. That's
right on.
The guy that's below you or above you in the queue. You're doing something different.
So and if you have a website, you could put all the links on that website, you know, and just other methods of, you know, getting that message out that you have this kettle to sell.
Yeah,
no, I mean, it's great because social media is so big these days, but it's also a massive headache. I mean, you got Flitter, Twitter, Inga, Stinger, Facebook. I mean, you got like 100 of these things. It's like, which one am I putting it on? I've got far too many accounts, too many passwords. I have no idea what's going on. So let's talk about how often you should list on social media. Because some people say you should do 4 a day. Some people say you do 1. Some say you list too many. It becomes like spam. No one reads it. I mean, what's the way to make a sort of healthy social media account?
I mean, do it and do what makes you feel best. If it's a burden to you, you're not going to do it. You're not going to love it. You're going to end up hating it. You know, I hate the cookie cutter, you know, post 2 times a day, every 5 days a week, blah, blah. You know, it's just such bullshit. I mean, there are so many. I know people, look, there are people that will do 1 episode a month. I'm going to be here on Monday, the first Monday of the month at 12 o'clock, and I'm going to show you all my hauls for the month of January. When I'm going to not come back until February and do it the same time. And guess what? By March, people will start showing up. It's really about consistency. Right. And consistency does not necessarily mean that it has to be, what was the word? It was consistency, capacity, right? That doesn't mean it has to be a whole lot of capacity. It just needs to be consistent.
Like your question of the day on Facebook.
It's consistent.
I tell you what, you have me addicted, dude. I never pass a single one. And some of the questions I'm sitting there going, what was he thinking? But you know what? You always have a question of the day. It's very consistent. Yeah.
Pretty much. And I skip a day and people freak out. But I'll tell you, here's the weirdest thing. My question of the day is by far the most recognized thing I've ever been known for. I will go into a room and people be like, "Oh, I love your question of the day." I'm like, "You ain't even answer it, right?
Yeah.
You answer. I've never even seen you answer." People just love to read that. It's nothing special. All it is consistency.
Yeah, and that's true. And like I said, man, it's proof that it doesn't have to have a lot of capacity, right? I mean, you're asking, do you prefer pretzels or potato chips? I mean, you're asking simple questions that don't have a lot of meat to them, but you know, everybody reads them, man.
I like what Ollie was saying earlier too. What if you got 300 things? Guess what? Now you got an item of the day. You got an item of the week. You don't have to do everything. Just make it somewhat fun to get some eyeballs. If they don't like that thing, you're also going to remind them that, hey, I got a store at, bam. All of my items, go check them out at, bam. So, I mean, you're constantly promoting your business and all your items with every single video.
Oh,
very awesome.
You know, and it is. Go on, Ron.
I was just going to say it's impressive because you know what? Media, video is always in front of us, yet it's the one most overlooked thing that you're like we're talking about. When was the last time you saw an item that's selling on eBay in some kind of a video and telling a story? It's so crazy because it's so evident in our life all day long. All we do is watch videos, but really very few people are doing what you're talking about until this summit.
Until this summit. And until this summit. So
I just want something new. That's all. I just wanted to come up with something new. Everything else, there's 5 ways to do this and 7 ways to do that.
That's
12
right.
ways to do, that shit. I get it. Yeah. Go read all that and then come back to this video and add that on top of it.
Cool. So what about like communication then? So here we are. I've opened up my Facebook account. I'm now and I'm thinking about the people. I'm actually thinking of people like my mum who don't even know where the red button is. But I'm thinking like I've got my Facebook account. I'm starting to get likes and stuff like that. But how do I do communication? How do I create conversation? How do I create these sort of doing these videos as well, and maybe even this picture of the day where it creates sort of topics, but how do I get people to my store? How do I get people to buy the actual product? Stuff like that.
You want to create a conversation. All right? Have a conversation. How do you get a conversation? Normally it's by answering people's questions. So people will ask you questions about a product, create a video. That's how I got started. People were asking me how to make bandanas to look like hip hoppers. And that's how I got started. I answered that one question. Here's how you tie a bandana. Wow. And put that up on YouTube, and we sold tens of thousands of bandanas.
Really?
From
wow.
That. Yeah, that's my claim to fame. I went viral with how to, fold a bandana. Like Tupac.
Dang, boy, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Seriously, that's cool
but you're
stuff.
creating a conversation. So start looking at the questions people send to you and just start answering them with video. And what will happen is other people will share that video that have the same question. They'll find you.
So what do you think of this? And if you don't have that, before you're getting started, before you have that, people sending stuff to you, you could ask an open-ended question also, right? So instead of asking a yes/no question, you ask a question that they have to reply to, and then you create a video based on their replies. How does that sound?
That's cool. I mean, if you're going to go that deep and you want to really start finding your own material and creating it, then you can definitely do that. Like, hey, I saw this product on the shelf and there's like 20 of them, and which color should I buy? Yeah. Which color is the most interesting to you? Things like that. You can definitely create those conversations. Another thing, I don't want you to overthink this, guys. You've got a cell phone in your pocket. That is good enough. All I need is to see you and understand what you're saying. I don't even really need to see you. The most important part of a video is the audio.
Right.
Remember that. The most important part of the video is the audio. So make
Especially
sure.
when I'm in it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. All of us got these faces for, radio.
Right.
So definitely, you don't overthink it. Just throw a video up and bam, just go. Oh, you can't see my hand. Bam, just go. Yeah, it's like people want to overthink the video, but when you think about a viral video, how many times have you seen a viral video created in the studio?
Right. None.
It's rare. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always just like this. We are already trained to just watch a video that is one of the most unprofessional videos. And I'm doing this, right, to represent the video. And honestly, what you need to do these days is this way. All right? So you want to do portrait videos, not landscape. Landscape, portrait. If you can't fit everything in, then you turn it this way. But this way is the way everything works today. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow. So because I would have thought we got wider screens, I would have thought you had to be in that way.
No, that was old school, man.
Oh, I'm too old school. That's my problem.
Yeah, we're old school. That's the way we used to do. And you know what? And I don't know when YouTube is going to finally change that. They're going to change that soon. Instagram and Facebook are already there. So when you post your video from, portrait, it's going to automatically format perfectly for that. Another thing is too, once you create the video on a social channel, you can save that video on your phone, download that video, and then use it in your ads. I think you could still do video and ads. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, the neat thing about that is, that can be a challenge for anybody, whether you're brand new at selling on eBay or, selling $150,000 a month. Add that video to your to your toolbox of things you can do. So, anybody can do that. You don't have to be a seasoned pro to do that. Grab your phone and just make a video of a product and tell a story. See how it works for you, man. That's an awesome challenge, man.
A lot of us have kids that love to do that. Get your teenager, say, hey, do this weekend, I'll pay you, and we're going to put you up, and we're going to turn you into a YouTube star. Do it.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely. I know my kids sit around. It's crazy. My kids sit around with their tablets sometimes, and they watch these kids on YouTube doing absolutely nothing. What's that?
Opening boxes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I watch these videos. There's absolutely no content, no meat to this, but they follow these kids, and these kids really do have an amazing story. It just shows you that, it doesn't have to be like you said, studio professional. Grab your iPhone or your smartphone, whatever, your Android, and just make an impromptu video. Bam, now, just done.
Yeah. So what about software? What about software? Yeah. So what about software where I've heard there's software where you can list that video on multiple social medias at one time? Do you do stuff like that, or do you individually?
Here's what I want. You talked about it earlier about all this stuff. Look, pick a channel. Pick one channel. That's all you need. And go for that channel for right at the beginning. Yes, there are ways to create it and spread it. One of the best ways to create and spread a video is on the phone itself. All right. So there's a lot of cheap apps that you can get that some are free, some are like $2.99, $3.99, $5.99 that will spread a video to multiple Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. It'll spread it through all of those accounts. That's the best way to get it done. Don't worry about learning photoshopping and all that crap anymore. You don't need that. All you need is the phone. Yeah. All the apps you need are on the phone. As a matter of fact, Instagram and Facebook have great recording tools. So you can make the recording, you can add captions under it, real professional looking. You can add filters, all kinds of stuff right on the phone. Do it.
And I would say, don't even worry about, like you said, don't worry about editing it, make sure it's exactly right. Because, some of the best videos are out there is when someone makes a mistake and they just move on, just move on. Who cares? 20 seconds from now, I forgot you made that mistake.
Exactly.
The only person that remembers it is the person who's recording it.
Yeah. Right. Now it's a disaster. No, exactly.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, man. There's so many. So take your time. Get involved. Check out your Instagram. Check out Facebook Live. Check out Facebook Camera. Right now, there's a camera you can download for Facebook. Actually, I think it's when you swipe too far, one of the ways, and you get to the camera. That camera is very powerful. Wow. And it's very powerful. It's got a lot of tools with it. And then you just hold the button down, and I think you get a good minute, right? Oh. And that's all you need. Our attention span is very short.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Seriously. No, that's good stuff, man. Seriously, this whole social media thing and marketing, right? It's something that I think that, a lot of eBay sellers probably overlook, and they undersell themselves on it, right? I mean, so, get yourself out there. If you have just a quick website or just something you can put links and stuff to get people to follow you, social media, like John's saying, just get your message out there, man, and tell that story. That's a really interesting twist to that, because a lot of people would just try and sell that kettle and not tell the story behind that kettle, right, or whatever it is.
Right. I was going to also say, you remember, for those who've been around eBay a long time, it was always about the personality and the personal story. And then it kind of fell off, right? No, we didn't really spend a lot of time telling who we are, our about page, right?
Yep.
Today, that about page can really be in video, right? So tell people about what you are, what you do, why you find these things interesting, making those videos on top of product videos. Those videos are probably even more important than the product video. People will buy in to your passion. If you can make people buy into your passion, they will give you your money, their money.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing about that is it's really is about building relationships. I mean, one of the reasons you have an eBay store is so that you get repeat customers into your store. So you want to build those relationships because you know what? If you're my friend and you're selling a baseball cap and 10 other people are selling baseball caps, it's hard to say no to your friend. I mean, you're gonna be loyal to your friend and you're gonna buy that baseball cap from your friend. It's true.
Even if you don't want the thing. Okay, so when do we start getting into Facebook ads? What do we do at that point? Is this taking it to the next level? Like, would we only do this on a really expensive item?
So my thing is, okay, you're already paying Amazon or eBay for advertising. Right. So I don't like throwing advertising on top of advertising dollars, right? I don't want to drive traffic to my widget and then they end up browsing everybody else's widgets, right? So you want to be very cognizant of what you're talking about here when you're talking about doing ad spend, because you're already doing ad spend by being on the marketplace, right? Having said that, I think the first place you want to learn about advertising is on the marketplace. Do not go out and buy Facebook ads when you've never bought an eBay ad, right? The eBay ad is going to outperform your Facebook ad unless you've got something that's really, really tight. Now, if you got something that's really, really tight and Facebook's interested, why put it on eBay and give them the 10% or 12%?
Yeah.
Right? Get somebody to create you a single landing page where they can put the item in cart or use a PayPal button and drive the traffic there. All right. I don't believe in driving paid traffic outside of eBay or Amazon into eBay or Amazon. That's a little bit more of an advanced technique if you're going to do that, because you really need to know where your money's going.
It does sound like it defeats the purpose, though, right? I mean, you are, like you said, eBay's already doing a fine job of getting you traffic there.
I'm not going to always say they're doing a fine job.
Well, no, here's what I'll say. To that point, I'll say that eBay is driving traffic to eBay. If you're doing a fine job, that's on you.
Exactly.
As opposed to having a website and trying to get the same kind of traffic that eBay brings in. That's what I.
The first thing you need. Look, if you could drive traffic to your product, right, out externally.
Right.
To your eBay product, and people will buy from it. What that really is telling me is that you haven't figured out how to optimize your product rightly so that it shows up on an eBay search.
Yep.
Like, duh. You want to learn how to use that platform, because and then, like I said, they've got advertising opportunities. You want to get in that funnel and start using that as well. And then once you've graduated out of that, then go look at those, because you could really burn a lot of money unwillingly and unknowingly on Facebook.
Yep.
You definitely burn it out. So I think that's another level. If you need help with that, you should come check with me. I'll tell you how to.
Ooh, it's a bit of cross promotion.
Nice.
Love it. But it is. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's. You've got this new person whose an idea is to collect the stuff, because that's what everyone says, run around the house, you put it on eBay, you start selling, and then you start shipping, and then you're moving up. So this sounds like it's a lot later thing, but then with the social media, everything's social media these days. I mean, everyone's on it, and it just seems like a great way as well to cross-promote. So you would still cross-promote your normal eBay listings, you just wouldn't do it via Facebook ads and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would focus more organically in the beginning. All right. Now, I was thinking something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was kind of funny. And I don't remember what it was. But it'll come back.
John. Great.
Hey, old people, we do this, man.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
It'll come back. It will come back. The train always comes back. Yeah. It could be tomorrow.
Well, can it come back soon? Because we've only got a minute left, Can you get on with it? Jeez.
Okay. Yeah,
no pressure, man.
I can't. No pressure. Okay. No pressure.
Not meant to be.
Oh man, driving traffic. Oh, that's what it was. Bingo. There is a reason sometimes to buy traffic to an item. So let's say you've got bad feedback problems. All right? And you've got an item that was a rapid sell. rapid. I got multiple of this item. I could sell it rapidly. If I duck the price down, people will buy it up. And then ultimately, they're going to be happy with the product, the pricing, and they might leave you feedback. So that's one of the strategies for getting your feedback up, that you can buy traffic, sell items, give customers great experiences, and then hopefully they will give you great feedback. That's one way.
Love it.
Awesome.
I mean, it's going to have to, it's going to have to be the only way, I'm afraid, because we run out of time. But it's it's amazing, John. Seriously, thanks for joining us today. You've just got that other twist. You've also got the directness that makes this stuff a lot easier as well. So if people don't know you, how can they get in contact with you, John?
They go to johnlawson.com, johnlawson.com, or you can search Google for Colder Ice, COLDERICE, one word. You'll find me.
Perfect. Well, brilliant. And Ron?
Yeah, absolutely. John, thank you very much for being a part of a huge part of our summit. We really appreciate you spending time with us on a topic that doesn't probably get a whole lot of conversation around, but you really enlightened a lot of people today. We really appreciate you.
Awesome.
And thank you for being a part of the summit,
Definitely.
sir.
And we'll see you all again soon. Take it easy, everyone. See you later.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.